Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's implement customer events in Shopify. So we're not going to use the checkout area over here anymore. We're not going to go here and add checkout code in this additional script section. This is being deprecated. So what you want to do is future-proof your site by implementing customer events. So this area here. Okay? Well, Shopify calls these pixels, and we'll go through how to tag for GA4, enhanced conversions, enhanced e-commerce, conversion tracking, and all that sort of stuff using customer events and pixels. Everything is totally templated for you. We're making this totally open source. I've got all the code for you, so you can just download it and implement it yourself. You should be able to do this very quickly. The idea here is that all of this code is available to you. Okay, so this is kind of custom code that was developed by somebody I met the other day. His name is I guess handle is Leo Measure. So kudos to him. But I've kind of done a little bit of refactoring in the GTM container he's come up with, and I've made some kind of tweaks here and there. But for the most part, his brain's behind all the code. Let me show you how this is done. Okay, so here's the Shopify site. It doesn't have anything on it, no snippets. It doesn't have GTM or anything. But we are going to start over here. We're going to go to settings, bottom left. We're going to click on customer events. We're going to click on add a custom pixel. Let's just call this GTM and Data Layer. Let's format it nicely like this. Doesn't really matter what you call it as long as you call it something. Okay. Now I'll give you a download link to download all of this stuff, but let me head over to my desktop here. And what I want you to do is look for, once you download the files, look for customer event Shopify pixel.js. So I'm going to open this with Notepad++. You can open it with whatever you like. Okay. Perfect. So that's in there now. It wants the GTM container, right? So that's the only thing you have to change. You have to add your GTM container. This is my GTM container here. I'm going to copy just this part of it. Copy. And then I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to update these 6 X's. These are placeholders. And that should be done. That's our pixel. We'll click on save, and we have to click on connect. So do that. Click on connect. Nice. So the next thing you have to do is you have to go to the code of your website. Make sure you don't have Google Tag Manager already installed, or if you do, that's fine. But I'm pretending this is a brand new install. So there's nothing. There aren't any G tags. There aren't any other code snippets that are already on here. If there are, you should kind of consolidate everything in Google Tag Manager. Let's click on these 3 dots and then go to edit code. Okay. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see this snippet section. Click on add new snippet. Let's just call this one data-layer. Okay, click on done, and it's going to kind of create this blank snippet. Back into that folder that you downloaded, open up snippet.js. You can open this up in Notepad. It doesn't really matter. You don't need a code editor or anything like that. Okay, there it is. I've pasted it in our new snippet. Okay, I think that's correct. Yep. Save. Very good. And now what you want to do is, you can actually close this, but scroll up on this left side and go over to theme.liquid. Okay, yours will look, there won't be any space here typically. I just made that space for my purpose, but underneath the head, so this is the opening HTML head, you want the first thing that loads to be the new snippet that you created. So to the right of the P on your keyboard, if you hold down Shift and click that key, this squiggly brace will pop up. use that. And also press the percent sign. You see it kind of completes it. %, start, end. That's sort of what that means. You want to type in render. Then you want to say single quote. And then you want to call the snippet that you just made. So data-layer. Okay, now under this, you want to add your Google Tag Manager code snippet. So this is my empty Google Tag Manager container. I want to go to admin at the top here. Click on install Google Tag Manager. Click on this over here. You just need this one here. Paste this code as high in the head of the page as possible. That's exactly what we're doing. We're clicking this copy button and we're bringing it over underneath the data layer. Okay, so that's exactly what you have to do. Click on save. And now inside Tag Manager, oops, hold on. Inside Tag Manager, you see it's empty here. You want to actually go to admin, and then you want to import the Tag Manager that you downloaded from the link that I provided in the description. So you can say choose container file, and let's see if we can find it. Desktop, it's this one here. It's in a folder called GTM container. And then it's this JSON file, GTM-container. Click that. Because this is a blank GTM container, you want to actually, in my case, just click on overwrite, choose workspace existing. For yours, you can merge, do whatever you like, but this is a complete GTM container with everything Google in it. As I said, conversion tracking and a complete GA4 implementation with enhanced e-commerce, and enhanced conversions is both on the GA4 implementation and it's already included in the conversion tracking implementation. Anyway, so click on default workspace. For me, I'm just clicking on overwrite. You can see this is what it's adding. Click on confirm. Great. Now it's a fully populated GTM container. So there are a couple things you have to change for Google Ads conversion tracking. Replace these zeros for the conversion ID and replace these zeros for the conversion label. Okay? You know how to get that. So for Google Ads, right? Let's say we're in this particular Google Ads, tools and settings, conversions. In the new UI, you go to goals, and then I believe there's an area that says actions or something like that. Anyway, for this one here, you need to find the conversion ID and label. How can I best show you this? Here's what it would look like. So in the old UI, tools and settings, conversions. Find your conversion action here. Let's say this purchase conversion action. Tag setup. Use Google Tag Manager. Here's an example of a conversion ID and an example of a conversion label. Copy and paste both of those. Go back into Google Tag Manager and add it to this Google Ads conversion tracking tag, and then save. Now you also need to go to the variables section and update your GA4 measurement ID. So you see this one just says G-replace. I'm going to try and find mine. GA4, analytics. So how can we find it so that we can update it in that code? Well, admin, this is GA4. Let's go to the admin section, then go to data streams. Right? If you click on web, well, in our case, all would work too, but you click on this one here, and then this is your measurement ID, G-. So copy, okay? Go back to GTM, and then you're going to replace this constant variable, and then click save. Perfect. Let's click on submit. publish, continue. Okay, that's good. Now let's test our website. So we can do a preview and debug. Here it is. So we're doing a preview and debug mode here. Okay, gtag config, that fired. Okay. If I browse this product, what fires? Let's have a look. View item, that event fires. Very good. How about this? Let's view the cart. Okay, the view cart item fires. Very good. Now, let's put something in the cart. Add to cart. Okay. Add to cart fires. Perfect. Checkout. So in the past, we were not able to tag this area on the Shopify site. Even though we added the checkout code in the additional scripts section, we were not able to tag this area. Okay, so I can show you, and also if a big complaint is if you use Shopify customer events pixels, you can't really use the debugger. Well, you'll see in this area here that you can actually see the events that are being fired because we're doing a console.log, and so you can see what's happening. So this is useful, right? You can see cannot connect to website. So if you go back here to the site, where is it? Let's see. So check out as guest. Cash on delivery. You can see event, add shipping info. So that fired. So that's working. Even though it doesn't show here, we can see that it actually is firing because we're echoing it to the console. Okay, and then we could say complete order. There's the purchase event and the payment info event also fired. You can actually expand these and see what it passed. Customer data and enhanced e-commerce data. So even though we can't use the GTM debugger because the customer events are sandboxed, we can see all of this stuff here in the Chrome inspect tool, or the network tab, I guess, or the console in Chrome. So this is super useful. You see, when I expand this add payment info event, we can see address, enhanced e-commerce data. There's the event, the items array. Same goes for the add shipping info, customer data. There's the hashed email. Super useful. All right, hopefully this stuff makes sense. Any questions, let me know. There'll be links in the description, but I think a huge hurdle was solved here in terms of being able to debug this stuff. So you can, like I said, just see what's going on in the console, right? As you're navigating around this area of the site that's typically sandboxed and not available. This approach is kind of hybrid. So we're using the snippet to be able to debug half the site, and then we're using the customer event so that it's future-proof. So when Shopify deprecates the additional scripts area text box, you don't have to kind of do any more coding, and you can actually do the debugging here for that area. So I think this is a good solution. It's definitely a good temporary solution in terms of not moving everything over to customer events. But I like it like this, actually, because we can use the debugger in Google Tag Manager for, let's say, 90% of the site. But then when we get to this area, we can use this as the debugger. But the future-proof aspect is very, very cool. The fact that we are, setting things up such that it's in line with, or ahead of Shopify's eventual changes. this is definitely the way to tag your site. Okay, and here is here's GA4, and you can probably see real-time data. I didn't look at the debug area for this, but you can see all the events are actually captured here. This is nice. Add payment info, view cart, view item. Fantastic. Begin checkout, add shipping info. There's the purchase event. Okay, I love that. Value. Nice. Okay, any questions? Let me know. Hopefully that was useful to you guys, but that's a really nice overview and code for you to use. So that is the Shopify customer event code. You know, upgrade your site so that it's future proof and it's set up properly to track all sorts of different data and tags. But this takes care of everything Google. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.